I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Hello, everyone from Coffee Combos Podcast.
Kail, good morning.
Good morning. I specifically didn't say hi to you before that because I wanted like a genuine hello. You know, like I wanted to be genuine to you. I wanted you to be genuine to me. I don't want to be like redo our hello.
Oh my God. Well, I can tell you this morning I went and had a teeth cleaning. And
oh, good.
Yeah. We all know how we feel about the dentist here. And I had the same thoughts that we have talked about before on why their tools are so outdated and literally like fossils. So.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, maybe you should try coming to Delaware for my dentist because he just got like a new machine and he was really happy about it. And he was telling me about it at Lincoln's last appointment.
Oh my God. Wait, is it a silent machine?
Yes, it's silent.
Wait, what? Is this expensive?
He said that when he went to dental school, he was like, that was the one thing that they were like, when are they going to invent silent stuff? And he said that his professors would be like, maybe in your lifetime we'll do like silent machines and maybe in your lifetime we'll do like other stuff. And he's like, literally, I bought it right now. And I was like, oh.
I need to go to that dentist. Like, what if I just like boarded a flight every time I needed to go to the dentist and came to your dentist and also did a drive-by on you? Wouldn't that be so great?
That would. But I tell my kids all the time, like, please, when you're roughhousing, don't fuck with my teeth because
literally
I got fake teeth in California. So I would have to go to California because nobody here does the teeth that I have, like my fake ones. And so it would be very tragic if something happened to my teeth.
Let me tell you, one of my worst nightmares is anything involving a snake, but then also losing my teeth. Like, right. I always think about that. I'm like, oh God, like if I ever get in a car crash, please don't let me hit the steering wheel. Like do whatever to me, but like do not knock my teeth out.
Should we drive with mouth guards?
Dead. Remember that one time that I was talking on here and felt so dumb after the fact? I was like, could insurance cover it if you accidentally sneeze and hit somebody? Remember that?
Yeah, but could they?
I don't know. I'm like, wait, is Kristen on here?
Yeah. She
knows everything. Like even about, I've got to tell you guys something else that Kristen knows too, but Kristen, would they cover us?
I'm scared. I'm pretty sure that like your car insurance would cover you, but you would still be at fault for an accident.
It's literally
that's tragic. How can you expect that? How can you?
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of like how if you get into an accident and like somebody rear ends you and then you rear end into somebody else, you pay for the car that you hit, even though you didn't. Like you were pushed into them, you still have to pay for the car you hit.
The car that pushed me into them should pay for both.
Correct. But that's just not how it works, which I think is so dumb.
Insurance is a goddamn scam and I'm sick of it. Like I'm so sick of it. Me and some of the football moms were complaining and I know I vented about it before on here, but like braces. I have paid my son's insurance since he was a teeny tiny toddler. And he's about to be 13 now. And I had to pay pretty much, only got $200 discount for his braces. And I'm like, I've literally paid for braces 10 times over and you guys aren't going to cover them.
Okay. Well, first of all, braces and that whole thing with a dentist is a scam. I'm like, no one chose to have jacked up teeth. So they're acting like that's our fault and like genetics and stuff. And it's like, it should cover way more.
Well, because we pay for them over and over.
Yes.
Like, don't even get me started. I can't. I'm not going down this fucking rabbit hole today. I'm not, because I know 3 out of 4 of my kids need braces. Like, I know that. Isaac already has them. Lincoln's getting them. And then Creed is going to need them because he's got passy teeth. So.
Okay. Well, this is another thing that I need to talk about really quick before we move on to our Q&A. Kristen one time told me that if your tires get slashed and like 3 of them get slashed and the 4th one doesn't, then insurance will pay for it. But like isn't that what you said, Kristen?
No, reversed. If you slash someone's all 4 tires, insurance will pay for it. But if you slash 3 out of 4, they're not covered.
Like, how is that real?
I don't know.
And then I saw it on TikTok. So I was like, okay, immediately it's real. But Kristen, give us the justification on why, like, let's say you go out here and pull a Carrie Underwood on somebody and like slash all their tires. Their insurance is going to cover that?
Yes, because
why?
I don't know the justification as to why, but I think it's because it happened to like all of them. And not just like some of them. I don't really know. That's a really good question. If anybody, knows the answer. I just know that.
You know what pisses me off too?
What?
The fact that like, say someone rear ends the fuck out of me, which happened to me last year. They didn't have enough insurance to cover it, which I talked about on the podcast, but also my insurance went up because of something they did.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you actually talked about what happened with your insurance after that.
Oh, they dropped me. They fucking dropped me.
Yeah. That was not a good time.
They dropped you because wait, what?
They dropped me. My insurance dropped me. And I was not at fault. It was when the other insurance and the driver claimed 100% fault and my insurance dropped me.
No.
Yes, I swear to God, it's a fucking scam. And then I was like, Kristen, now I'm bitter. I said, take me off their homeowners. I'm not having homeowners with them. I want to find a new company because fuck them. Shout out to the company I have now.
First of all, anybody who works in insurance, like, I feel so sorry for you because I bet you the calls that they get every single day of people bitching them out because of the policies are just bad. Like, remember the one time that I got the rock that like flew into my windshield from a truck that, whatever. And of course cops come and they're like, oh, well, if it came up from the road, then Georgia law doesn't protect you on that. Like, the person's not getting a ticket. You'll just have to file a claim with your insurance. And I'm like, bro, like, his tire literally spun and flung rocks up on my windshield and cracked my shit. And then you're going to tell me that his insurance isn't going to cover it. Mine's going to cover it. Got it. Okay, bye.
No, that happened to me right after I got my new car. I literally drove to Kail's 4 days after I got my new car. I was driving on the highway. Tractor trailer kicks up this giant rock to the point where I thought that I was getting shot at. And I ducked while driving down the highway, cracked my windshield, and nothing. I took a picture of the license plate. My insurance was like too bad, and I'm not paying for it, so I still have the crack, and I don't care.
No, I would be so pissed about it. And I'm like, okay, first of all, if someone throws up a rock on me, like when I am just like cruising down the road, minding my own business, they throw a rock up on me and I have to duck because I feel like I'm about to get killed, and then I hit someone else, I'm going to immediately be fucking pissed.
I actually have a little nick in my my windshield right now, and I'm not going to do anything about it right now because why are windshields so goddamn expensive?
They're so expensive.
Go get it filled. If it's tiny, you can get it filled.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was an option.
So it doesn't like drag.
So like it doesn't spider out.
Good to know.
So nice knowing you guys. Want to do a Q&A? This episode is going to be really different. So we're going to run through like listener topics, foul plays, Q&As. It's really like a wrap up of everything that we do not get to cover on regular episodes. So I'm kind of excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm excited. Very, very freeform. I'm going to ask them to you guys so it's easier than like somebody reading.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Cool. I'm excited.
Okay, are we ready?
Mm-hmm. Duh, never been more ready.
Okay. First topic that somebody needs some feedback on says, how should I handle my newly ex-husband's new girlfriend being around my children and refusing to meet me? Regardless of why my marriage ended, I'm still the mother of his children. If another woman is going to be around them, I feel like I should at least meet her. My ex-husband and I have 2 young children, so we have to get along and co-parent.
Well, this is a tricky situation. You can't force someone to do something you don't want to do, and I learned that from experience. I think with time, she will come around, and I know the first thing that we all say is, well, I'm the mom. I should, get to make the rules on this, but sometimes you can't. You have to have trust that your ex-husband is not going to let anyone who's unsafe around your kids. And also if I asked my kids, and maybe this was wrong of me, I don't know. I said, is she nice to you? And they said yes. If they say yes, I'm no longer going to make it like a thing where I have to meet them right now. They will come around eventually.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you guys remember, but I said it somewhere. It was either here or the Southern Tea that ideally before we started introducing people to Jackson that we would meet them first.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've said that, I'm kind of like, why did I say that? I think that it's a good idea in theory, but is it realistic?
Right.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just had to learn that through experience. I think that I thought it was realistic whenever I was saying it.
Right. It's same. And I've said it too. I mean, and maybe we make hypocrites out of ourselves, but I think you're right. I also said that.
I think it's something as a mom and just as a person that's trying to do the right thing that you feel like that's the right move to make and like all be adults and be able to, sit down. And maybe it's rose-colored glasses to think that I was going to have this type of relationship with Will post-divorce, that we would all be able to be friends, like my significant other, his significant other. We could all be able to do stuff together. And I do think that will probably come in time. But because our divorce is still so fresh, I think that that's maybe like one obstacle. But two, I think also gaining independence for us on our own and being able to not really have secrets. I don't want to like say it's secrets, but like to be able to have our own lives that aren't crossing each other's feel very comfortable right now. And I think it's too soon for us to start crossing paths in that way, if that makes sense. So,
100% it makes sense.
I don't think it would be wise for me to meet whoever this person is that, doesn't have a name at this point. It probably wouldn't be wise for me to meet her in advance. Again, Jackson is much like Lux. And he would crawl back up in me and live there for the rest of forever if I would allow it, or
Literally.
If it could, possibly happen. But I think that you're right. You have to trust that your kids are going to, you have the relationship with your kids that they're going to tell you, like, is this person nice to you? Is this person mean to you? And they will tell you. Kids tell everything, and it might not be in the timing that you want them to tell you, but they will tell you everything. I can only say if I had a child that was like young, still in diapers and doing bottles, and there was someone else, I might have a bigger problem with it at that phase than I would now with Jackson almost being 10.
Right. Agreed. It's a little different when they can't verbally express to you like their feelings or whatever. Also, it's a little hard when the ex is already with someone. It's not like they're coming to you and saying, oh, hey, like I just started dating so-and-so. I am going to introduce them. If they don't tell you that and they're already around it, and then you feel like I feel like when Mama Bear comes out, well, I need to meet them. Like you kind of blindsided me. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, like, the refusal to meet someone seems like a little weird, but I don't know the circumstances to really like speak on it so much. Like, what is the reasoning why they don't want to meet you? Is it to like protect themselves? Like, are you a mean person? Like, I don't know.
Coffee Convos podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Lindsie, you and I have talked about this, that the holidays can just be a really tough time for so many people between, the managing family dynamics, racing from thing to thing, braving the cold and dark weather. And a lot of people feel down, and it's so normal.
Honestly, it is so true. And I think that something that people can do to really help themselves is to join BetterHelp. If you guys have not tried BetterHelp and started your therapy process, I think it is a great time to do it. Managing family and just all of the things and around the holiday time can be so hectic. If you guys have not heard of BetterHelp, they are the world's largest therapy service and has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed embedded therapists. It's 100% online, and it is very affordable.
I absolutely love BetterHelp. Between you, me, and Kail, we are all in therapy and have been for quite some time now. And I cannot stress it enough. You know, we all talk about our therapy sessions and things that we've learned each week with each other. So it's super nice. But it's just, I think it can really help you tackle any problem. BetterHelp makes it super easy. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't really clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. And it really couldn't be any simpler. There's no waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. And it's just wonderful.
It's honestly so great. And we have so many listeners of this show who have started their therapy journey using BetterHelp and have had such great experience. So I'm really excited for them. If you guys would like to learn more and save 10% off your first month, you can do that at betterhelp.com/coffee. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/coffee.
All right. You're in a line. Mm-hmm. You have to poop, but you won't make it to the bathroom. What do you do?
Wait, what?
Wait, why are we not making it to...
It just says you're in a line.
Mm-hmm. This just happened to me.
But won't make it to the bathroom. What do you do?
What the fuck? Kail, this just happened to you?
Well, kind of. Like a variation of this. So no. I was really proud of myself. I'm on the phone with Kristen and I was like, I'm the first in line at pickup for Isaac. But I'm about to shit myself. Like, what do I do? Should I get out of line and go to the bathroom? Or should I try to hold it and see what happens? Ultimately, Kristen was like,
no,
you need to go to the bathroom so that you are not shitting yourself in this line. So I got out of line and I was no longer first for him. But do you mean like a bathroom line? Like if you're at a concert, an event?
Yeah, this is what I'm
imagining.
Specify.
This
is what I'm imagining.
If that's the case, I'm telling them, listen, I'm just going to, at that point, people listen to my podcast. And if they don't listen to my podcast, someone told them that I shit myself before. So I will just verbally announce, like, please let me go. I'm going to shit myself.
I also would be like, excuse me, you guys, this is literally an emergency. And if you do not let me go, you're going to possibly have shit on you. And I'm definitely going to have shit on me.
Yes, immediately. Immediately, yes.
So that's what I'm doing.
Love that. Okay, Lindsie, this next one is for you. And I think Kail has a bone to pick with you about it, actually, from what I saw in the Facebook group. Please address why there were sandals in Lindsay's dishwasher.
Immediately need you to explain
If one more person fucking asks me this question.
No, you need to explain yourself,
or
Lindsay.
Sends me a DM about this. I've received more DMs about this in this entire year than I have about anything else. I don't really have an explanation for myself. But what I will say is that I do put my Birkenstocks that are like the same material as Crocs and my Crocs in the bottom drawer of my dishwasher to wash them. I don't like things to be dirty. And I also just like don't think it's probably going to get clean enough in the sink. So it's going to get sanitized. So what if I walked on like turds? So that's why they're in there.
But if you walked on turds, now they're in your dishwasher.
Like, wouldn't you want to wash your stuff, like that stuff separately than your dishes?
I mean, I normally do, but I've also looked up like a lot of stuff on how the water like flows out of a dishwasher. And so everything's going to be sanitized in there. So I've already like pre-washed them before I put them in there.
Oh, okay. So they're not like coming straight off the ground.
No. Like they've been through a cycle through my sink. And now I've put them in there, just like everything else in my dishwasher. So that leads me to the next question, you nasty bitches. Do y'all put dirty shit in your dishwasher?
What do you mean dirty shit? No, it gets rinsed off in the sink.
Kristen, I already know by her silence, she puts dirty shit in there.
No, I rinse my dishes too, but like I didn't know if you meant, do you hand wash and then put them in the dishwasher?
Yeah, like I use
like with
soap,
a sponge?
With a sponge.
Oh, no.
Wipe it all down.
No.
And then put it in the dishwasher.
No. I rinse with water and put it in the dishwasher.
No, that's not a thing.
So you only use the dishwasher to sanitize?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I know quite a few people who do that. I also know quite a few people who have dishwashers and don't use them at all. I'm a dishwasher person. I have too many fucking kids to be hand washing and then also putting them in the dishwasher and also boiling and sanitizing and hanging them out on a rack to dry outside and hanging them things on the clothesline. I just don't. Fuck it. Like if there's soap residue, they're going to eat it and it's going to be fine.
Oh my God. Gross. Okay, next.
Okay, next question. It's for both of you, but obviously you're going to answer independently. What is your biggest you goal for 2023?
My goal for 2022 was my health. I was going to really tackle my PCOS and my diet, and then I got depressed and I had to handle that first. So I want to tackle my diet because I saw this thing online that said that most of your serotonin is actually in your gut and not in your brain. And so I talked to my doctor last week and I said I really would like to start weaning off of my Lexapro next year and get my diet under control and see if that helps with my PCOS and also my depression. So that is my 2023 goal for me.
My 2023 goal is just overall happiness in all areas of my life. I feel like I've been through so much over the past couple of years that it's been so emotionally and truly taken a physical toll on me. I've been sick more in the last year than I think I ever have been, like getting viruses, COVID. I don't know. I think it's just like weakened immune system from an emotional state. I think that that's like a real thing. And so I think just like overall wellness and happiness in all areas of my life. I have been through a lot of change over the past couple of years. And so just kind of like settling into what my life is going to be is a main focus, and just continuing to work on what are new norms for me. But hopefully I will settle into some of those things a little better than I'm settled in now.
Good. Good for you.
I love that. Okay, so we're going to do an advice question. It says, need advice when it comes to dealing with toddler tantrums. My just turned 2-year-old girl is very verbal, and I'm on the struggle bus when it comes to dealing with no and all the tantrums.
Oh, same. I'm actually struggling big time with this with Creed because my other children did not have tantrums. Creed is demanding as fuck. And when he doesn't get his way, he also is an instigator. So he picks fights with Lux. Like he'll go up to him and be like, "This is mine," and Lux like didn't give a fuck. And then Lux will be like, "Actually, that's mine," and then they'll start fighting. And Creed loves it, so he's a small version of me, and I hope he grows out of it. I don't have any advice on this because I also need help.
I feel like it's been so long ago since I really dealt with tantrums that I don't really know what type of advice I can give. The advice that was given to me when I was going through the tantrum phase, which I did not deal with it at 2, I dealt with it more at 3. I thought 2 was more walk in the park, so the terrible 2s like didn't apply in my house. But at 3, I was told to kind of ignore some of the behaviors, and sometimes it's really hard to ignore the behaviors when they're trying to do it, but you have to be able to identify that they're doing it to get a reaction from you. And I could easily identify that Jackson was doing things to get a reaction from me because he would look me dead in the face and then do fuck shit. So I just ignored him.
Yep. Sometimes you have to. But also, one thing I learned is to like let them feel how they're feeling and address the behavior separate. So like you can have all these, I mean, it's hard at 2 years old because they don't really get it necessarily. But definitely like as time moves forward, let them feel their big emotions, but it's, you know, the behaviors and how they express those big emotions that is actually, you know, what's to be worked on.
I love that you said that because Jackson has struggled with that his whole life. Like he will get to a boiling point and then just be
Lash out.
Pissed and lash out. And Will and I both regularly tell him like you're having big emotions, and like it's his least favorite thing to hear because he knows he's being called out about it, and he knows he had a big emotion. So for him to be able to self-reflect, to be like, hey, like I see that this is going on, Jackson, and like you're having big emotions. Do you want to talk about it? And I don't know if it causes him to self-reflect because it puts him in an awareness state of, okay, yes, I am having a big emotion, and it allows him the space to be able to talk. I don't really know if that applies to a 2-year-old because I don't know that they really know what emotions are at that point.
Right.
Okay, Kail, question for you. Do Do you think Susie listens to any of your podcasts? And if so, what do you think she thinks about them?
I don't think she listens. My mom is not, she doesn't know how to technology. She doesn't know how to use devices very well. Like, she started texting in her 40s, so she's just not into it. She's not that tech savvy, I guess.
Wait, I think that Susie has like a 1990s, well, it would probably be like 2000s actually, 2000s like Razor flip phone. And
she probably does. No, literally, because my mom's just not. That's why, like, I always I wish that she was sober so bad, because not for nothing, but there are a lot of grandmas and grandparents today who are so invested in social media and they're so invested in technology that they can't get off their phones. And so they're not the same type of grandparents that we had. And my own grandparents wouldn't even get a cordless phone. My grandma was like, I don't want a phone following me around, and I don't want to answer for, every fucking call. So, I really respected when my mom was sober, for the days that she was so invested in her time with Isaac that Isaac still remembers making cookies with her and playing with the sprinkler at her house, in Easton, Pennsylvania. So I don't think she listens to the podcast. I mean, maybe people that she works with might tell her about them or show her. My mom probably laughs about me shitting myself, if she does listen. I just don't think she does.
That would be so interesting to know. Like, I wish I was a fly on the wall that we could like see exactly what Susie's doing. But that's just me being nosy. So
actually, I got I was showing my friend Taylor had never seen my parents, and I was like Googling my mom and my dad to show her. And because I was like, I just wonder, like, when is my hair going to turn gray? Like, how am I going to keep it when it's gray? Am I going to have it long, short, whatever? And she was like, well, what is your mom? So I was like Googling her, trying to figure out, does my mom have gray hair or not? Yeah, I don't know what Susie, like, what does she fucking do in her free time? I don't know. If she listens to this podcast, I'm so
shout
sorry.
out to you, Susie. Before we move on from this, though, do you guys remember the rumor that Dog the Bounty Hunter was Kail's dad?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It still goes on to this day, yes.
Can we clarify that rumor?
I mean, should we reach out to him to do a paternity test? Because that would be amazing.
That would be so amazing. I could kind of see it, to be honest.
Like, he lives in Hawaii. So if he's my dad, I would immediately be like, okay, we have a vacation home,
Anything is better than Roadkill Ray.
Well, did I tell you that turns out my mom's side did Roadkill barbecue too?
What?
Oh, no.
When we went on vacation, when we went back home, and I was telling the kids or whatever, I go to my aunt's campground, and she's like, they had like this, I think they called it the Beast Barbecue. I guess it wasn't Roadkill, but it was similar. And so when my mom brought my dad from Texas to Pennsylvania, my dad felt like right at home.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So I was like,
love
okay,
that that's what bonded them. Okay, this is just like so nosy of me, but do we know why Ray and Susie were attracted to each other?
No, and that was one of my questions to my aunt when I was visiting. She's like, I didn't know, like, he was always nice to her, but she said she didn't understand like what my mom saw in him. And my mom like basically hitchhiked her way from Pennsylvania to Florida, and then from Florida to Texas, and then she worked on some ranch. I forget what the job was, but like she worked on this ranch, I guess, where her and like my dad and some other guys would like make sure like something about like the fences or like the border on that ranch, not a border, that's like a bad word for it, but like the fencing and stuff was good. They like would take care of the ranch and stuff. That's how my mom met my dad.
Oh, wow.
Like she was hitchhiking with truckers to get to where she was going.
She just saw Ray and
he's fucking short. My mom's 5'10". So like, I don't even know like why.
Do you want me to call you out? I don't right now.
No, because I know what you're going to say. why was I with some of the people I was with? I don't know.
Get lost. Kristen, next question.
I cannot.
She's such a ski. She's like, my mom was 5'10". I'm like, bitch, so are you.
I'm not 5'10". I'm only 5'8".
Only. And then she's like, I don't know. Like, he was short.
And then I dated shorties.
Kail?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Shorty stick figures. Okay.
Oh my God.
I have been shopping like crazy with all of the great deals going on out there because I'm trying to get all of my holiday shopping done early. And I found the perfect gift thanks to you and Kail for telling me about skylight frames. I have now successfully gotten one for almost every single person in my family.
I absolutely love being able to give a gift that is meaningful and something that people actually use. And as I have said before and talked about skylight frame, I gifted this to my in-laws a couple of years ago, and they absolutely loved theirs. It's easy to set up and easy to use. And for those of you who have not heard of skylight frame, it's a photo frame that you can update instantly by email from anywhere. So it is a really great way to feel close to those that you love, even when you're separated. And it sets up effortlessly in under 60 seconds. You're just going to plug it in, use the touchscreen to connect to your wireless network and start enjoying. And sending photos are also effortless as well. So everyone in the family can use the app or just email them to the skylight, and then they're going to pop up in seconds. And one of the best features of this is that multiple people can send photos to the frame. So it's a great way to keep large networks of friends and family in touch.
I think this is like an absolutely genius product just because like this can get photos out of your phone and like actually in your face to be able to see. And I also love just how, timeless and classic it looks with its black frame with a white mat. It adds a beautiful touch to your home. So I'm super excited for everyone to get these for their gifts and put them out.
And now, as a special offer, you can get $15 off your purchase of a skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com and enter code COFFEE. That's right. To get $15 off your purchase of a skylight frame, just go to skylightframe.com and enter code COFFEE. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com, promo code COFFEE.
Lindsie, I don't know about you, but this is my favorite time of year for many, many reasons because, like, who doesn't just love fresh from the oven, melt in your mouth cookies?
I don't know any single person, honestly.
Mrs. Fields has just been like a staple in my house for so many years. Their stuff is just absolutely delicious, and I'm so, so happy that they came out with some holiday cookie gift options because I think it's perfect for like, it could be friends, family, kids, teachers, whatever. I think it's, amazing. You can do, you can order a beautifully arranged cookie box, basket, or tin, or mix and match treats to create your own customized gift, which I think is just the cutest thing when you like customize something for someone that you love. And they have a ton of classic flavors from chocolate chip and salted caramel, plus frosted cookies, brownie bites, and literally so much more. There's something everybody will love.
Agree. I think this would be a perfect gift for grandparents. I've thought about doing it for teachers, parents, kids, friends, coworkers, clients. There's really going to be something for everyone. And for over 45 years, Miss Fields has perfected fresh baked gourmet treats. Every cookie, every cake, every confection, every bite is so yummy. It is melt in your mouth cookies, chewy, chocolatey brownies, unforgettable handcrafted confections, and they are amazing. And right now, Mrs. Fields is giving the best deal available only to podcast listeners. Get 25% off everything site-wide when you go to mrsfields.com/combos. That's right. Mrs. Fields is giving this exclusive deal only to podcast listeners, 25% off everything at mrsfields.com/combos. That's 25% off at mrsfields.com/combos.
All right, next one, both of you. Do Kail and Lindsie love or hate birthdays, their own and others, kids, friends, family members?
I'll go first. We always celebrated birthdays like pretty big in my family. And when I say big, it's just like you got to pick what we were having for dinner. and, you know, always a cake. And they made it feel like it was like very special for you. Like it was very special for me. But now as I've gotten older, I think I'm like falling out of love with the idea of birthdays. I'm just like, like I like celebrating it kind of and just like it being all about me. But then also I'm like bored of it by the time the day gets over. I love when it's Jackson's birthday though.
I don't really have a feeling on this. Like, I don't mind them. I definitely think that for my kids, I love celebrating my kids' birthdays. I think it's a good time. I want them to remember their birthdays. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion.
I'm going to go love, even though like I'm falling out of love.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. If you guys could give your younger self advice, what would it be?
Don't do any of the things that you did. I feel like that's speaking for both of us.
Yeah. Maybe just like don't rush into relationships and like start therapy sooner, probably.
Something that I always go back to now that I am in therapy is power in the pause. Like my therapist tells me that all the time. Like there's so much power when you pause. And being still. Like it's okay to just like be still for a minute, take a beat. There's very rarely anything that causes an immediate reaction or response. I think that if we all lived by that a little more closely, that it would not, it would control the situations that we regularly find ourselves in.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
So I would tell everybody to just sit the fuck back.
Great advice. Do you guys consider a hot dog in a bun a sandwich?
No. What the fuck?
Well, it technically is by definition because it is, I think the definition of it, this is my definition of it, but like I'm pretty sure it's a piece of meat between two pieces of bread.
So like when you just do a cheese sandwich, you don't consider that a sandwich because it's cheese?
Who does a cheese sandwich?
Fucking me. I hate meat.
Lots of people do cheese sandwiches for kids.
Like it's just like two pieces of bread slapped together with just like a little sliver of cheese in there.
I mean, I put a lot of cheese in between, but
cheese, mayo, maybe some
mustard.
Pickles.
No, I'm not doing that.
A hot dog is not a sandwich.
If it's between a piece of bread, two pieces of bread, I feel like it is a sandwich. And actually, I had posted a hot dog on my Instagram story a while ago. And people were all up in arms about why I was eating a raw dog. And I was like, first of all, it's not raw. Like, it's cooked, bitch. And like, secondly, it's a naked dog. I just like don't like anything on it. Just like plain Jane is the way to go for me. But then I had so many people tell me that they like load their hot dog up as if it was a sandwich. Like the same things they would put on a sandwich, they would put on a hot dog, or the same way they would fix a hamburger, they would fix a hot dog that way. And I'm like, that's just so weird, even though I do think it's a sandwich.
I put relish and ketchup on my hot dogs.
Ugh. Like the squeeze out relish?
Any kind of relish. Love it so much.
Not a fan. What do we think about chili on a hot dog? My nanny, when I was growing up, her and my papa would used to like come home from work and they would have stopped at the Winn-Dixie and got a pack of buns. And
what's a Winn-Dixie?
Like a grocery store.
Oh, okay.
It was like our local grocery store. I called it the Dixie store, but like Winn-Dixie. They would go there, get a pack of hot dog buns, a pack of hot dogs, and then stop by KFC and get a bucket of slaw. And they would like make slaw dogs. And I thought that was like the most disgusting thing that I ever saw in my life. But now I think I'm going to try it.
What the fuck? First of all, coleslaw is fucking foul. I don't know.
Wait, what? What did you call it?
Coleslaw.
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 Isn't that how you say it? Kristen, how do you say it?
I say coleslaw.
Coleslaw. Like, bye.
It's so foul. It's so gross.
No, my nanny makes the best kind. It's so good because hers is like more in strips and it's like not dry coleslaw. It's good. It slaps. Like when she makes barbecue like in a crock pot and has coleslaw like on the side, that shit's so good.
Wait, I'm cracking up laughing because Alexa's on here, but y'all can't hear her because she's in producer mode. And she said, coleslaw, y'all, coleslaw, the slaw of coal.
No, it's fucking disgusting. I don't care how it's pronounced. It's gross.
I can't do any salads that have like mayo based stuff. Like is
that what it is? It's mayo and salad?
Yeah, it's mayo based.
I don't like it because I can't do like potato salad. Absolutely not. Macaroni salad that has like the mayo base. No, I could do pasta salad with the Italian dressing, but anything that's like a white ass salad, I'm out.
No, see, I love all of them.
Yeah, I love potato salad, macaroni salad, any kind, but not
that's
coleslaw.
The South coming out in Kail. Because we put mayonnaise on fucking everything. Like everything.
I don't love mayo. Like no, that's like that condiment could go.
Yeah, if you had to get rid of a condiment, what is it?
Mustard. I don't eat mustard.
What?
Oh, see, I love mustard.
Kail, you eat deviled eggs.
Yeah, but I don't eat mustard.
I don't put mustard in my deviled eggs.
Wait, what?
No. It's like mayo,
mustard,
vinegar.
What?
Yeah, you put like vinegar in. Okay, so you boil your eggs.
You do what?
Then boil your eggs.
Boil
your eggs.
No, boil your eggs.
Whatever.
Next question. Fucking, I cannot.
And then you take the yellows out, or the yolk, and then you put them in a different container, and then you put mayonnaise in there, and then you put vinegar in there, and then salt and pepper. And then you put some paprika like on the top to make it look like fancy once you get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way you make deviled eggs.
I feel like you're making pickled.
No. If you're putting fucking pickles in your deviled eggs and you are also putting mustard in there, you're not coming to my Thanksgiving or any gathering that I'm having. And do not
first of all, the fact that people have mac and cheese and deviled eggs at their Thanksgiving is so funny because my family must be so uncultured and we don't have mac and cheese or deviled eggs.
Oh my God. Next question.
Okay. Well, we're going to do an advice one about dogs. Here we go. Dogs and potty training. I know they are both dog moms. I have a rescue German Shepherd and he's sweet and all, but he keeps pooping in my house when I'm not actively watching him. He will spend hours outside, come inside and poop. I want to keep him, but we just bought this house, and I come from a background where my mom was not clean at all. She let her dogs pee and poop everywhere once all of us kids moved out, and it's giving me some PTSD triggers, if you will, to be dealing with this. Help. Any dog training, house training tips are appreciated.
I'm big on crate training. I have never been able to, except with the exception of Bear. Bear was bell trained. He hit the bells every time he had to go potty. I'm big on crate training. So if you are not actively watching your dog, you need to have him in a play pen or a crate. Immediately let him out to go to the bathroom. Reward him or her whenever you go outside. Big on like praises when they do something good, and then back in the crate. Every single time you let that dog out of the crate, do not let them in your house. Immediately outside. There's not like, if I would have let any of my dogs come in the house after going in their crate, they would just piss and shit everywhere.
Okay. I don't really have much advice because I had 2 dogs back to back that have been like pretty easily trained dogs. Although Georgia did diarrhea shit like in her crate and also let herself out of her crate. It was in the garage. I'd put her out there for something. Let herself out of her crate, literally shit like a goose, like all through the garage. I walked into it and I don't know like if she was pissed off because she was out there because I was doing something else. But I don't really have a ton of advice. I have heard like don't, and I don't know if this is true, Kail, you can tell me if it's true, but like don't punish them in their crates because that's their home.
Right. They're dead animals. So you never want them to be like unsafe in their crate. That's like feel unsafe or like that it's a punishment. Right. That's true.
That's all I got to say for that.
But it literally, because I had that problem with Buddha. Karma was really, really great about potty training. I also got Karma in the summertime. So I got her as a puppy, and I literally set my alarm. I don't know if Kristen might remember this. In the summertime, I literally set my alarm in the middle of the night every 2 hours, like a newborn. And I would take her outside to go to the bathroom and then put her back in her crate, take her outside to go to the bathroom. She was probably between her and Bear were my easiest animals to train. But Buddha, I had a really, really hard time with. He just couldn't hold it the way that Karma and Bear could. So, it was like, you're in your crate when I cannot watch you for more than 5 or 10 minutes, you're in your crate. Immediately go to the bathroom as soon as you get a chance outside, reward, back in your crate. And it's not going to be like that forever. It won't be like that forever. So some people think that it's inhumane or whatever to use a crate. It worked for me. It worked for us. So try that.
Wait, Lindsie, I have to tell you how I was making fun of Kail the other day because she's like trying so hard to look put together. And I know she's talked about this on the podcast, but she's literally to the point where she is trying to match her glasses to like every single outfit. And thankfully for her budget, she is obsessed with Pair eyewear because you can just click the frames off and on and like match them to everything. And they have so many different frames that go with so many different outfits. But that would be so costly if she were not working with Pair.
I absolutely love how much she loves Pair eyewear. She texts me about this all the time, and she's like changing things up in a snap. And I'm like, okay, first of all, that's so cute. But if you guys have never heard of Pair, with Pair eyewear's customizable magnetic top frames, you can change your look in a snap, literally. And to top it off, it's easy on your bank account too, which Kristen was saying. She's really big on us with our budgets. And so it's very affordable, so fun. And these frames are going to be some of your absolute favorites. I love just going and browsing on their website.
I just love that they are just, you know, me and my budgets, like you said, are just so budget friendly. They really have something for everybody. And for a limited time, you can stock up on style with 20% off during Pair's holiday sale. So definitely recommend that everybody go and stock up. There's tons of different collections too, like Marvel and Harry Potter or limited edition holiday designs. So everybody really should check them out and try to get on board with what Kail's doing and match your glasses with everything.
You can choose from a range of iconic base shapes starting at just $60, including prescription. And Pair knows vision is essential. Today, over 200 million children worldwide who need glasses can't get them. And beyond helping you craft a style that's yours, Pair wants to do some good. So for every pair you buy, Pair provides glasses to a child in need. And you guys know, as our little podcast family, we absolutely love companies and partnering with them that have give backs. And this holiday season, you can celebrate changing things up whenever you feel like it with Pair. For a limited time, shop Pair's holiday sale for 20% off. It's their biggest sale of the year. Just go to paireyewear.com for 20% off. That's Pair, P-A-I-R, eyewear.com.
Kail, how many crystals do you own and what are your favorite ones to get you through rough days?
Wow, that's a great question. I would love to answer that for you, but I don't have a number. But my favorite one out of my entire collection is either my moss agate or my smoky quartz. I love them both so much. But on a regular basis, I'm naturally drawn to amethyst, which I don't know why, because I don't really care about the color. But for some reason, I'm just like naturally drawn to my amethyst. And also I'm very drawn to clear quartz and rose quartz. I don't know why I'm drawn to them, but I always have like little amethyst, clear quartz, and rose quartz with me, like little ones. And I keep them in my car too.
Love that. Okay. How has your vision for the podcast evolved over the years for both of you? Did you think you would still be podcasting 5 years later?
Yes. To answer the one question, did I think I would still be podcasting 5 years later? Yes. My vision has definitely changed from the time that we started until now, but I don't regret the vision that I had when I started.
I have to be honest with y'all. I did not think I would be podcasting 5 years later. I did not know that the podcast would be as successful as it is. I really took a leap of faith, I guess, because if it wasn't for Lindsie asking me to when Lindsie asked me to podcast, I didn't even actually think it was ever going to take off. Like, I thought that we were just kind of like bullshitting around with the idea.
Love that for you.
Well, that's why I try to thank you as much as I can, because I don't know, like, how did we keep this going and how did my vision change? I don't know. I guess
I can say a lot of reasons why, and maybe you can like piggyback off of them.
Yeah.
I think when we first started podcasting, we were both in very different places of our lives, and there were more differences than there were similarities.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at first it was a little hard, and also my vision looked very different than Kail's vision once she gained one. And I was just like very, very specific about like how I wanted things to be, and making sure everything was on time and that the audio was good. Like I never wanted like anything distorted in audio. And I was like more specific about that type of stuff, and like the promotion of the podcast, and, you know, getting people to subscribe, and really working on that side of it. And I think that Kail and I balance each other unknowingly, because Kail was more focused on like the more fun side of it, I think, and took it less seriously at the beginning.
Yeah, I just didn't know. It just went against everything I had learned in school. Like, and even my old booking agent, Kristen knows him. When I first asked him about it, he was like, you know, it's going to be a waste of your time. There's no money in podcasting. Years later, he came back to me and I told him like what I was making, and he was like, oh shit. So I think, I don't know. Like, it's just so crazy to think about how far we've come and how things have changed. And I think they will ever evolve. They'll be ever evolving.
I think it evolves. It's nice because we are in a business that allows us the space to be able to evolve as we're evolving. And that's something that I love about it, that it's not all one way. And there's so many different types of podcasts out there when you're using like the same platform. There's so many different ways to do it. So at any time that we want to change something up, we have the flexibility of doing that. And we have the flexibility to share our story when we want to share it. And, you know, the flexibility that if something happens and Kail has to do something, you know, we can reroute episodes or we can do whatever. Like, there's so much flexibility in the business, and that's something that I really love. And I think that Kail and I also have evolved as humans over this last 5 years. And I find that over the 5 years growth, we are more similar now than I think that we ever have been.
I agree.
So I hope that answers the question.
Yes. Somebody else asked, when will we get another guy guest? I really enjoyed Devoyne. Maybe Gary?
Okay, can we not do Teen Mom? I don't want to do any more Teen Mom shit. Nothing against them. Absolutely love them and wish them the best. But like, I just don't want to do any more Teen Mom shit.
I mean, I don't really care. We know that I don't really like love guest spots. Like, I love just getting on here and shooting the shit with Kail and having Kristen laughing and cutting us off in the background and telling us to fuck off. Like, that's really my jam. And so I don't really love guests in general. Sorry, guys.
I think people didn't know that. So that's good that you said that.
Yeah, I'm always the pushback on guests, FYI. I'm always like, yeah, no guests. Like, this is our space. Like, don't really care. Like, it has to be for like a real reason if we're bringing a guest on at this point, I feel like.
That makes sense. All right, let's see. At what point, it's going to be the final one before we go to foul play. At what point do they feel like they should address rumors versus protecting their mental health?
Ooh. I want to go back. I want to touch on what Lindsie said. And I'm still working on this. I'm still fucking human and I'm still going to make mistakes. But I just want to touch on how she said what did you say? There's something in pause. There's power,
in the pause.
Some rumors are just not worth addressing. So if you just pause and you're like, okay, is this going to matter in 5 months, 5 days, 5 weeks, whatever, don't address it.
I actually had posted a TikTok that I saw, and it was from Mel Robbins. And she said that we are definitely like 95% of our decisions are how we feel in that moment. And that's the problem. You're making decisions like in that moment and you're not pausing. So I think that that is very, very true. And I sometimes struggle with that. I very much struggle with sharing too much, undersharing, what's enough sharing. And I think it's very situational too. So I think it depends on what the situation is. Sometimes I feel like I don't realize that I'm actually affecting my mental health in a negative way when I'm sharing something and then have to hear like the back end of it. It's kind of like reality TV. You film something and then, you know, people don't hear it for or see it for, you know, months. In this case, we record something and then people hear it in days. And then we kind of have to like relive something that maybe we shouldn't have talked about. So in that regard, I think it does sometimes like negatively affect my mental health when I'm oversharing something. I am going through some things in my life and I'm trying like not to share until I'm certain where I'm at. And I think that that only comes with therapy.
Yeah, agreed.
Kristen, I have to tell you that I just ordered a bunch of Christmas presents over the weekend and I was shopping on Faherty. You know that I have talked about Faherty a lot of times before and absolutely love them and got some of the most unique pieces. And I am so excited for people to get them.
That is so cool when you just like find the perfect place to shop for a bunch of people at once. Definitely one of my favorites. Kail actually has pieces from there too. I'll post pictures of everyone's because she got some items from Faherty that are so, so cute, especially the blanket that she got. I thought was adorable. I had actually looked up a little bit about Faherty because I like knowing where I'm buying from. And Faherty is a family brand founded by Alex, his wife Carrie, and his twin brother Mike that channels their love of the beach lifestyle into clothing for life's greatest moments. Faherty is passionate about craftsmanship, comfort, and sustainability, which we absolutely love. And their ongoing partnership with Native designers supports Native communities while helping end appropriation in fashion, which I think is so important.
Every piece that you guys are going to get from them is designed to be a lifetime favorite. And if anything happens along the way, Faherty is so good. They will replace or fix your clothes for life, no matter what. I absolutely love that. I did get Jackson a little zip-up jacket that I will post as well. He's gotten so many compliments on it from moms that have seen him in it, and the cutest little beanie. You can layer up this winter with their best-selling Legend sweater shirts, which are amazing for men, women, and kids. Recycled high-pile fleece jackets and new frost sweaters. You guys are going to absolutely love Faherty so much. And Faherty is giving all of Coffee Convos podcast listeners an amazing deal. And this is really good, you guys. 20% off on your order. You can head to fahertybrand.com/coffeeconvos and use code coffeeconvos at checkout to get this deal. That's code coffeeconvos at Faherty, FAHERTY brand.com/coffeeconvos for 20% off. fahertybrand.com/coffeeconvos.
Awesome. Well, this has been fun. We'll have to do it again. And you bitches can read Foul Play.
Perfect.
Okay. You want me to do it or are you doing it?
There's 3, so you can take turns.
Okay. I'm nervous. Okay. Right after this incident occurred, my first thought was I needed to send this in as a foul play. Me and my 2 kids flew out to see my husband where he was working as a little vacation. We were staying in his boss's travel trailer. One night we had a barbecue with some of his coworkers. I went and put the kids to bed and ended up staying in the trailer and going to bed too. My husband and his coworkers ended up going out to the bar. When he got back a few hours later, he was super hammered. He could not stand still. He was swaying like crazy and slurring his sentences. He stumbled into the bathroom, then back to the bed where he passed out in his clothes. Later in the night, my little girl had woke up, so I got up to get her a bottle and laid beside her. The bed the kids were sleeping in was right at the foot of the master bed. A short time later, my husband stands up beside the bed. I ask him what he's doing. He doesn't really reply and just kind of mumbles. I ask him if he needs to go to the bathroom, and he says, I don't know. So I thought maybe he just wanted to take his clothes off. Keep in mind, he still can barely stand. I sit up and I'm trying to help him.
I already know where this is going.
Same. I sit up and I'm trying to help him take his clothes off. As I'm taking his pants off, I start to feel something warm and start yelling at him, "Are you fucking peeing? You're fucking peeing on me." He's standing directly next to the bed. So at this point, I'm kind of holding his dick to make sure he doesn't piss all over his boss's bed. This had to have been one of the longest pees ever. I'm just kind of standing like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Once he was finally done, I helped finish taking his clothes off and dry him off so he doesn't ruin the mattress. I take his wallet out of his piss pants and throw them outside and wipe what I can in the dark using my cell phone. I spent the rest of the night sleeping with the kids. In the morning when I told him what had happened, he didn't believe me at first. I was like, why would I make this shit up? Your piss pants are outside. Go take a look. This is not the first drunk peeing incident, but definitely the grossest. Once he stood at our door and peed on the deck, but most of the time I catch him wandering to a corner of the bedroom and guide him to the bathroom. Love you girls and hope you enjoy the story. I need to know what the boss said and if they were able to like clean it up before the boss found out.
Okay, I don't need to know that at all. I need to know why this is a regular occurrence when people get drunk. Like there are people who do this. Like remember that story that I told you about me on college spring break and that girl was pissing in my best friend's suitcase?
Yeah.
It's like, what makes them think that they should just like pee anywhere? And like, if you're going around in corners and just like pissing in corners, like there's big problems. Like I'm upset by this. And also, like, I just don't feel like this is the venue for this specifically. Like I feel like, you know, if you were going to, you know, be pissing places, it should not be in your boss's travel trailer. So
fuck, oh my God, I can't. Kristen, if Corey pissed in my like if I had a travel trailer and Corey pissed in it or you pissed in it, I think I would be a little upset.
You can't even say that to me because you literally let Bone shit in your fucking like mudroom and get away with it. So don't even go there.
No, I was upset.
You were not. You fucking laughed.
No, not at first. Not at first. It took me.
It became a joke. It wasn't a joke.
Right. It wasn't a joke at first because it smelled so foul.
I would kill Corey if he ever pissed anywhere, but like at your house especially. Like I would never, but I would fucking kill that man.
I don't think he would do that. But also if he has a peeing problem, maybe don't get drunk and then sleep in your boss's.
Right. I mean, Corey has a peeing problem when he's wasted. So.
Oh, really? Oh, so it's a common thing.
I think it's a guy thing. Like Corey one time at his aunt's house lifted up a couch cushion in front of everybody and peed underneath thinking he was peeing in a toilet and then put the cushion back down.
Yeah, this is a common thing that like
men do.
No. Well, I saw a girl do it, but like I'm just telling you, there's going to be so many people that have stories from this. Once they hear it, they're going to be like, yeah, everybody knows a person who does this stupid shit when they get drunk.
Yeah, my husband.
Well, I peed in my room at my grandparents' once in the middle of the night because I was sleepwalking.
Like you peed where?
On the carpet on accident.
Oh, you just like popped a squat?
Yeah, and then my grandma found me and guided me to the bathroom.
Oh, that was nice. She didn't yell.
No, my grandma never yelled at me.
Oh, okay.
Has anyone ever like been sleep peeing and gone to sit on your toilet and the lid's closed?
Yes. That is literally like I do get onto my kids about closing the lids like in my other bathrooms and like their bathrooms and stuff. But I don't like my lid closed in my personal bathroom because I get up to pee so much in the night. And if someone puts my toilet seat down, I will piss on it. And then it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I've done that so many times growing up that now part of my nighttime routine is I will brush my teeth. While I'm brushing my teeth, I go pee and I make sure the lid's up when I'm going to sleep.
Yep.
I've never done that, but somebody did do that at my house during a sleepover once and peed. And it was like one of those toilet lids that have like the divot in the center.
Oh,
so the pee just sat in there.
That's so gross.
And my poor mom had to clean it up. And she was like, who the fuck does this? I just remember how pissed she was.
Oh my God. Okay. We have time for one more foul play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I was probably in 5th grade when this happened, and I am still traumatized from it to this day. I never told anybody this story. On the weekend, one day, I was getting ready for the day and went into my parents' room to find socks. Me and my mom sometimes shared socks, and I was sitting on their bed putting them on when I heard a weird sound coming from the bed. I pulled back the covers, and it was something weird vibrating. obviously I didn't know what it was. So I brought it out to the living room and was like, look what I found. We had a couple family members over too. My mom was mortified.
No, not the family members. No.
She jumped out of her seat and grabbed it from me so fast. And I was so embarrassed and it was so awkward. So I went outside and it has never been spoken about since. First of all, no. Like, I've talked about this before, talked about if I ever saw my parents having sex that I would hope somebody would literally shoot me in my fucking eyeballs. Take me out of my own misery. Like, no, absolutely not. If I found a toy in my parents' bed and realized that they were that fucking weird and freaks, I would want them to shoot me in my eyeballs twice also.
I found sex toys in my mom's room when I was a kid too.
No.
Well, I slept in my mom's room a lot because I would wait for her to come home. And
Susie don't know about technology, but she knows about a vibrator.
She sure does. I didn't know what the fuck I was looking at the time, but like I'm literally picturing myself like I would pull them out of her drawer and like, first of all, she didn't even have a good collection. It was like fucking random rubber ass dildos that were like, they had like that skin, like the fake real skin.
What? Wait,
Ew.
Maybe that's just what they had at the time.
Maybe
you're comparing them to like new age technology.
Yeah, because now they have pleasure air technology and 10 intensity levels and things like that. So
good fucking bye. Susie, if you're listening to this,
do better.
Send us pics of your dildos.
I need you guys to do the third foul play.
Okay. Kail can do it.
All right, let me pull it up. Hey ladies, longtime listener and big fan. I always think, how do so many people have stories about them shitting themselves and how it would never happen to me until it did. So this past week, my husband and I celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary. Congratulations, by the way. We had plans to go to a super fancy restaurant. We had an amazing dinner and it was so fancy that a different wine came with each of the 5 courses. By the time dinner was over, we both were feeling the wine, rambling dirty talk to each other, and Ubered home. Once home, we got the rundown from the babysitter and ushered her out because we wanted to hit the sheets. My husband started to shower and asked me to join. My stomach started rumbling and I thought to myself, just jump in and then maybe your stomach will be fine. We started getting hot and heavy, and when I am about to come, shit starts spraying out my ass. Oh my God. The smell was the worst I have ever smelled, and I am mortified. I quickly grab the detachable shower head and use it to rinse it all down the drain, hoping my hubby won't notice. I finally get it all down the drain while giving him head to keep him distracted. After we finished, my husband randomly remembered that our shower drain was on the fritz, and he had to put a bucket down in the basement under the pipe because it needed to catch the extra water. I immediately turned red and got super hot. I jumped out of the shower so I could beat him to the bucket, but my stomach started rumbling again. I had to stop at the toilet while my husband proceeded to go empty the bucket. I still don't know if there was any shit in there because he didn't say anything or acted like anything happened. I don't know if my actions to distract him or if he knew I shit myself. Anyway, I now understand what it's like when you can't control your shit, literally. Oh,
she said, please don't share my name as I have friends and coworkers listen to the podcast.
Oh my God. First of all, she's the fucking goat to have been able to like distract him and simultaneously rinse her shit down the toilet like that, or the shower. Like, she's the fucking goat.
I don't know who's more of a goat, like either her or me. Like, my hair was on fucking fire. She has shit herself and kept giving him head.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she really...
Also while washing the turds, like, down the drain.
Good for her.
Good for her. We love that for you.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway, I don't need to shit myself. I'm not going to shit myself. I'm actually going to go to the gym. So if you guys have not followed us on @CoffeeConvos Podcast on Instagram, make sure you follow us over there and subscribe to our show from any podcast app and always first on Podcast One. We hope that you guys have a great week and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Hey, Friday Night Lights fans! It's not only football. Friday Night Lights and Beyond is an episode-by-episode discussion of the hit TV series Friday Night Lights, hosted by yours truly, Scott Porter, who played Jason Street on the show, and my 2 wonderful co-hosts.
Me, Zach Guilford, a.k.a. Matt Saracen.
And me, May Whitman, a.k.a. someone who wasn't on the show but really, really loves it a lot.
We will also bring on some special guests, answer your questions, and tell you about what's going on in our lives today.
It's not only football. Friday Night Lights and Beyond is available now wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.